welcome everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar on fast-tracking payment processing with digital invoicing. I'm your host, Karen Kelly, and I'm joined by Jason Brackenberry. Before we get started, let's go over a few housekeeping items. You don't need a broom. You just need to turn off any of your other programs just to ensure you have the best viewing experience. Press F5 to refresh this page. To get help or ask questions of our team, use the Q&A box. If you're watching this on our broadcast stage, know that we have a team behind the scenes answering questions within the chat. And also check out the resources tab on your screen to access any other related materials. And lastly, please take a second to read this legal disclosure. It basically says that we are not providing legal or investment advice. Rather, this presentation is designed to provide you with some of the best practices and recommendations so you get the most from Authorize.net. Okay, so before we begin, a little information about myself and my co-host, Jason. My name is Karen Kelly. I've been with Authorize.net and Visa for about 10 years. My focus throughout my journey with Visa has been leading teams who work with thousands of companies each year. Our primary goal is to ensure that they have the tools and resources needed to be successful when it comes to payments. Jason?
Hi, again, my name is Jason Brackenberry. I am with our product support team. I've also been with Authorize.net for about 10 years, and I have personally assisted over 100,000 of our clients. My main role is supporting the products and services that we offer to ensure that they're working as expected.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, we are here today to learn about digital invoicing, but we also wanted to share some industry data and research that Visa has conducted. So we will cover payment trends for small businesses, Authorize.net's smart payment solution. You'll hear from Jason about how digital invoicing works and how you can fast track your payment processing. At the end, we will host a brief Q&A session. And just remember, if you have any questions at all, please add them to the Q&A box on the screen. Okay, let's jump into it. How are businesses feeling about the economy? 77% of small business leaders expect similar growth in 2024 as they experienced in 2023. Many businesses with projected growth are mixing it up a little bit. They're selling both products and services. They sell both online and in person. They're using or planning to use AI and selling to both B2B and B2C clientele. But there are always headwinds that all businesses seem to face. There's inflation, uncertain economy, taxes, interest rates, market fluctuations, and my personal favorite, getting the kids out of the house on time. That's always a headwind. So what are businesses focusing on? They are investing in technology, shifting their business models, and starting to use AI. Some of the growth strategies that these companies are using, one's really simple. They're increasing the price on at least one of their products or services. Some are introducing new products and services. Increasing budgets for marketing spend, hiring additional employees, or creating strategic partnerships with other businesses. So reducing costs and expenses is also another key initiative. They're doing that by investing in cost-saving technology, reducing spend in one key area. Maybe they're switching out a major vendor or a supplier, or removing a product or service from their offering. So let's take a minute and talk about AI. Jason?
Did you know that 6 in 10 small or medium businesses are using AI? And those who are using it see it as a beneficial tool to help their business grow and streamline efficiency. Here's some examples of how AI is currently being used. It can be used to improve sales and marketing decisions, analyzing and collecting data, forecasting consumer behaviors and product recommendations, helping with bookkeeping and accounting, and most importantly, fraud detection. Some companies are still hesitant about AI, but for those who are using it, AI is an exciting opportunity to maximize their output. Those who have started using it find it easy to integrate and use, and it gives them an opportunity to do better than their competitors. Those who aren't using it are a little wary about the risks and usefulness. So the question is how can AI be useful in your business? Here's some examples. Some businesses are using AI-powered chatbots for customer service to provide 24/7 support and instant responses to their customer queries. Others are leveraging AI to automate back-end business processes, forecast sales, manage inventory, and creating targeted marketing efforts to engage with customers more effectively. AI is also being used to automate routine tasks such as scheduling, bookkeeping, and email filtering, which frees up valuable time for business leaders and focus on strategic decision-making. In the retail environment, AI is being integrated into e-commerce platforms to provide personalized product recommendations based on customer behaviors and preferences, which greatly enhances the customer experience and can boost sales. The future is bright with AI.
Wait a minute, Jason, this is good stuff right here. If you're telling me that AI can help me to pick out my clothes without really having to think about it, like, game on.
The possibilities awesome. For AI is endless. So why are we telling you guys all this? It's because Authorize.net helps you and your clients accept payments anywhere, anytime. And the overall goal is to see your business succeed.
An easy way to improve your customer's payment experience is through digital invoicing. Businesses who have simple needs and desire hassle-free payments can use this feature to bill their customers via email in a secure manner. Customers can then pay from any device with a credit card or e-check. So any device, so they can pay from their desktop, their laptop, their mobile. Just as long as they can get an email, they can pay an invoice. In our experience, we've observed that customers pay invoices quicker with the digital invoicing product. So imagine that you get paid quicker. So remember that. Now that we know what it does, Jason's going to show you firsthand what it looks like and how to use it.
So I'm first going to start by logging into my Authorize.net account and navigating to our invoicing page. You can find this in a couple of ways. You can either click on the Tools tab in the top left-hand corner and then selecting the invoicing link off to the left-hand side. Or from the main page, you can simply click the invoicing link under the Tools section. Once you get to the main page of your invoicing, this is going to show you a lot of valuable information, including the invoice number, who you're billing it to, the due date of the bill that needs to be paid, the amount that's being paid, and the status. Now, there's a couple statuses you need to be aware of. Sent is an invoice that you have created and sent, but your customer has not yet paid that balance. Paid is an invoice that you have created, sent to your customer, and the balance has been paid in full. You also have partial. Partial is the status of an invoice that you have created and sent, but only part of the balance that you are trying to bill for your customer is actually being paid. And one thing to keep in mind, and when you are creating an invoice, you have the ability of allowing partial payments as well as specifying the minimum amount that you are willing to accept. And finally, canceled. Canceled is an invoice that you created, but was canceled before that payment was paid. Now let's create an invoice together. First, you want to hit the Create Invoice link in the top right-hand corner. This is going to take you to all the available fields within the invoice, and you'll need to fill these out completely, starting with who you are billing, as well as the email address that you're sending the invoice to. Now, the invoice number is that you can create. It can be a combination of numbers, letters, or whatever is right for your business. I'm just going to put in some random numbers for this. Next, you are going to select the day that you want the bill to be paid. For this, I'm going to select the 24th. You're also given a description field. This allows you to put in valuable information that will be helpful to your business as far as identifying what the product and service is for. For this one, I'm just going to put webinar. Now, the item ID is a required field. Again, this is a number or a combination of letters, however you suit, but you do have to assign something to this invoice. You also have to put in an item name. Again, for this, I'm just going to put webinar. You can add the quantity that you want to bill and how much you want the price of each item to be before any kind of taxes, which you can add, as well as shipping, and you can apply discounts. For this one, I'm going to do a 25% discount. You have to remember that when adding a discount, you have to do it in a percentage. I'm also going to put in a $10 shipping charge. You have the ability of adding in tax rates if you want to charge that as well. Now, before you submit this or send this to your customer, down here you have an Allow Partial Payments. If you click this box, this will now allow you to designate what is the minimum amount of a partial payment that you are willing to accept. For this one, I'm going to put $20. And I'm going to create send. And you can see here that that invoice has now been sent. At this point, your customer is going to receive an email link. Here's where you will access all the information as well as the hosted payment form where they'll be entering in their credit card information to pay that invoice. Once you click that button, it's going to take you to a page here where it's going to tell you when the payment is due, when the invoice was created, the business that is billing you, as well as the option to pay the full amount or pay a different amount if you want to make a partial payment. For this instance, we're just going to pay the full amount. Once you've reviewed this page, you're going to go ahead and hit the next button, and this is going to take you to our mobile optimized and secure hosted payment form. This is important because when using our hosted payment form, you never have to be worrying about handling sensitive data such as credit card numbers. At this point, your customer is going to go ahead and they're going to enter in all their credit card information for the payment method that they're wanting to use. You also want to have them fill out all their billing information so that you can recognize them.
Okay, Jason, hold up a second. I want to take a screenshot of your credit card so I can use it later.
You can try. It's a test credit card, luckily.
Oh,
so
okay.
Good luck buying anything.
That's worth a shot.
Now, at this point, once all of the billing information and credit card information is entered in, the customer is going to go ahead and hit pay. This is going to submit the transaction to Authorize.net, where we will go ahead and process that payment. Now, as a client or as a merchant, you can verify that this payment has been paid by simply going back to your invoicing page, and you will now see that the invoice that I just created has now been paid. You can also click on the invoice number, and this will give you some additional information about the invoice that you created. And if you hit the show button, you can actually see the transaction ID that was created when that transaction was processed. So that's it. It's as easy as that. It's pretty simple. You're ready to take that money.
Well, thanks, Jason. So as you can see, invoicing is pretty easy to use. It's so popular that 56% of businesses are sending digital invoices. You know, and at the end of the day, it's really all about the customer. And by providing multiple payment options, you can improve the customer's experience, and you can also improve your business's revenue. Now, that being said, research has shown that smaller businesses have a disjointed payment experience. What that means is that they don't offer multiple options to be paid. In fact, 78% of businesses using digital invoicing have limited methods of collecting payments. So by introducing multiple payment methods, it gives your customers the choice and the variety to provide a smooth payment experience, no matter how they like to pay. And it also can help retain your customers. Across multiple industries and verticals, Authorize.net provides smart and easy ways to accept payments. Whether you are a business collecting payments from another business, a specialized retailer, or offering services, digital invoicing is the perfect solution. Businesses get paid faster. So just remember that. Businesses get paid faster. So they can quickly send and track their invoices within their interface, and invoicing is really cost effective. Activating this feature is super simple, and our team is here to help with any invoicing questions that you might have, ideas to help grow your business, and another great addition is we can help you protect your business as well.
That's exactly right, Karen. And speaking of protecting your business, Authorize.net has a wide range of tools to help improve your payment operations, helping to facilitate accepting good transactions and filtering out the bad ones. Fraud is something businesses need to be aware of. Our advanced fraud detection suite helps identify, manage, and prevent suspicious and potentially fraudulent transactions. You can set filters based on your business needs to help prevent fraud and to protect your hard-earned revenue. Preventing fraud can have a hugely positive impact on your business. Reducing financial losses, removing the possibility of chargebacks for declined transactions, preventing reputational damage to your business or brand, and stopping the loss of merchandise. Customers' purchasing habits are often fast-moving, but can be predictable. But what isn't predictable is fraud. In a recent report by Emailage, the results showed that small and medium businesses discounted how vulnerable they were to fraud, when in fact, we went on to learn many experienced a rise in a very specific type of fraud, first-party misuse. Protecting yourself from payment and fraud is a blind spot for many business owners. Let's talk about how fraud can impact your business. This can result again in lost revenue, lost inventory, reputational damage to your brand, loss of your ability to accept your customers' payments, and chargebacks and authorization fees for fraudulent transactions. All businesses need to take fraud seriously. If not, the risks are incredibly high. The good news is there are a variety of tools available to you to combat fraud, and many of them are already included in your payment platform and include configurable filters that can help prevent many of the most common types of fraud. In addition, we highly recommend business owners and leaders regularly review fraud and risk practices and utilize all available.
It's clear that fraud protection should be top of mind. And for your businesses to thrive and grow, it's also important to provide multiple ways to be paid that are seamless to your customer. Digital invoicing helps to accelerate payments through quick and simple billing. This can also help to boost business productivity through use of electronic and email invoices rather than paper invoices sent through the mail. If you enjoy walking to the mailbox to get your steps in, then continue to do so. But if you want to save a little bit of time, digital invoicing is the way to go. And lastly, with our platform, businesses can easily track and monitor invoice payment statuses. So set yourself up for success with digital invoicing. It's at your fingertips within the Authorize.net platform. So I wanted to thank you all for joining today's session. If you have any questions about digital invoicing or would like implementation support, please reach out to our team or drop your Q&A into the little chat box and we will reach out. So for now, we're going to open it up to Q&A session.
Karen, I think this first one is better suited for you.
Let's see. The question is, I am already an Authorize.net user. Is there any additional monthly fee? Well, the answer is no. There is no additional fee. It is included. So when I said it was cost effective, it really is, because there's no cost to it.
Who doesn't like free ways to make extra money?
Well, it's just, you know, I'll let you have your own opinion about that. So, all right, Jason, the next one is for you.
Yeah, the question here is, can we customize an invoice with our logo and branding? And the answer is yes. In your invoicing main page, there is a settings option in the top left. This settings option allows you to add specific verbiage to your email that you want to send to your customers. You can upload a logo. You can also change the colors and the font of your email so that when your customers receive it, it looks a little bit special and it looks a little bit customized by you. Now, the next one here, we've got a question is, can I edit an invoice after it has been sent to the customer? The answer is, and I mentioned this when we were going through the different statuses, as long as an invoice is in a sent status, you can edit it by clicking on the invoice number and then clicking on the edit icon. You can edit all of the fields except for the invoice number. This includes the due date. You want to update the email address of where it's going to. You can even update the amount that you are wanting your customer to pay. So the flexibility is quite nice. The next question, what is the maximum amount that can be invoiced on an individual invoice? I think you can take care of this one.
I can take this one. I can take care of this one. The maximum amount that can be invoiced on an individual invoice is $99,999. That's a lot of dough. And that's also 5 nines. I believe that is that's Visa's network uptime as well. So. All right, Jason, you can take question number 5, which is, how do I refund an invoice payment?
So refunding an invoice payment is the exact same process as you would refund a credit card payment. The process is you simply locate the transaction within your Authorize.net account, pull up the transaction details, and hit the refund button. At that point, that refund will be processed and will be settled with your daily batch. So it's just the exact same. Our system does not differentiate the different payment methods. So whether it's e-check, a credit card, or an invoice, the refund process is all the same. Question 6. I'm currently not using Authorize.net. How do I sign up? I think I'll let Karen, the professional, deal with this one.
Yeah, I love that question. But if you're currently not using Authorize.net and want to learn more, reach out to our team. Best way to contact them is via phone. The phone number is 888-323-4289, and that team will answer any of the questions that you have about our products. So, well, I think that wraps up a little bit of the Q&A for now. In closing, I want to thank you again for joining us today. If you have any other questions, 3938, I believe. Yes, 3938.
That is correct.
Okay. And then if you're an existing ANET or Authorize.net user, you can also use the chat feature that's within your merchant interface. So, but thank you again. Thank you, Jason. Really appreciate your your expertise, and I hope you all have a great day.
It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.